And now we're live. Very good. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. Thank you. And
Great.
yourself?
I'm doing great. And we just found out that the best microphone we have is not the one that got here with a package and everything, but it's the computer one. So excellent. All right. So, how is everything? Do you have anything coming up in the next days, or something you would like to share with the public?
I do. It's not too late for probably people in the UK. I don't know about Europe, although the workshop's going to be kept online. It's an online workshop that I'm doing. And it's to make a Sleeping Beauty armoire using the
Let me make you bigger. Just a second. There you go. Very nice.
So
Wow.
I'm doing that, and I'll be teaching. This is a paint effect. This is actually flat, but it's a paint effect. So I'll be teaching how to do that effect, and then using all the Sleeping Beauty molds and papers to create a really beautiful secret chamber inside.
Okay.
That's on Saturday and Sunday of this week. It'll be over 2 afternoons, and it's Facebook Live in a group. And the video will stay in the group for people who want to catch up later and do it.
Absolutely. Can you send us the link so we can share it?
Yeah, it's with That's Crafty. It's on the That's Crafty website.
Okay.
That I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm sure there'll be somebody watching probably who could pop it in the thread for us.
The website. I was right. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So that's great. I put it in the comments. There you go.
Oh,
you can find the course on this crafty website. Very good. So okay, let's get into it. What are you going to show us today? What I saw a little preview and it looks amazing.
Thank you. It's using the Alchemy collection, and I've used some of the molds, and I've set some lights into resin, and just had a thoroughly good time playing with the Alchemy collection. So I'm going to do that today.
It looks really nice.
Thank you.
And what is the base? I'm trying to understand what you used as a base.
The base again is from That's Crafty. Actually, it's let me show you. It's an upright. And they do them in all kinds of different shapes, and it just means that you can do things like this.
Perfect.
I think that one's on one as well.
Okay, very good.
It's just a handy way to be able to create things and then display them easily.
Very good. Excellent. So, do you want to turn the camera and I put a little video on?
Yeah, perfect.
Let's do it. So, hello to everyone in the comments. Sorry, I'm not saying hello. And where did it go? Oh, I put the marathon thing. Oh, sorry, it's just a picture. Do we have? Oh, we have a Christmas presentation. Oh, interesting. Excellent. Okay. So, very good. we're ready.
Lovely. Right. Well, I start off with my my upright, and obviously using the lovely Alchemy papers, and I draw around and cut out the papers that I want to use for this. You can use any medium on these, but obviously I really wanted to use this collection, so that's what I've done. And then I adhere this to here.
Yeah.
Then the next thing I really like doing is I like to actually glue a little sort of, I spread out some of the, sorry, I've got this all taped up because I'm keeping the air from it. But I like to, I spread a little bit of the extra light paste.
Yes.
And I really like to push my mold actually on to the paste to get the impressions, and then I'll leave that to dry and come back and paint it. So I'm not doing that this morning to show you exactly, because obviously it takes a little bit of time to dry.
Okay.
So, but I have done this. I've done it already. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I've put my paper on, and when you put your paper on, don't worry about cutting it roughly, because you can go around with a sanding block then to get a nice finish.
Yeah.
And I've used this mold on this one, which is K3 PTA 5608, and I've added just some molding on there, which I've also... Sorry?
Excellent. Sorry, may I just ask, can you turn the camera by 180 degrees, please?
I can try.
I know it's annoying. It's just that it's so that the hands come out from like they were our hands. I like how colorful your desk is.
Oh, it's, well, yeah, that's a nice word for messy. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I always feel bad to ask these things, but it does look better to have the hands going up.
It's all good. Let's try that then.
Okay.
Is that better?
No, the other way.
The other way. Okay.
How is it even possible? You keep on turning it and it's always the same.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. If everybody's okay in the comments with it, we can keep on going. Yes.
I will keep turning it around so that it's right way up.
That's right. So it's absolutely fine. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So you can see I've added some molding there, and what I've also done is I've added a little bit of white gesso on top of there as well, just a little bit, just to seal it a bit, so that I can add lots of colour to it. So that's that one. And then I've also used some of the other molds, which I'll tell you what they are now. So I've got a box full of all my prepped bits here. Right, here we go. So I've used the molds and some resin.
Okay.
And what I tend to do when I'm doing this is I tend to do more than I need, because it's not until I play around with the composition that I know really what I want to put where. So I'll always do one or two more than I need. So for these ones, I don't have a number for this mold, but I've used this one with the tags.
Yeah.
And I've used this one with the numbers, which is K3PTA4524.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I've created some little pieces. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint these pieces using some of the Allegro paints, and they'll sort of tie in together because I'm going to be using the same paints for both the background and these pieces.
Okay.
So I like to start off with a little bit of paper just to put my paint on. I like to start off with Cookie. I love this colour. It's so
Biscotto, yeah.
useful.
Just one communication. Everybody, please remember that for the month of December, we are going to give the pizza boxes to people tagged in the comments. So if you want to give a present to a friend of yours, tag them in the comments. And for example, last week's winner, we picked from the comments. So tag your best friend, and one of them is going to be chosen for the pizza. Okay, sorry.
That's
Yep.
so nice. That's
Right?
such
It
a
was a
nice thing.
nice little initiative.
Yeah, I think it's really lovely. I love giveaways that are for friends.
Somebody tagged themselves, which is quite smart, you know.
Very smart indeed. So you can see now that this looks an absolute mess at the moment. And that's one of the things that I really love about mixed media, is that you have to go through these layers in order to get something that looks looks attractive to the eye, that
Yep.
pleases you. And the other thing I like about mixed media is it's not finished until it is pleasing to your eye. You just keep adding layers. So I'm now going to be using the orange Allegro paint, which is KAL08.
Okay.
And I'm just going to give this a little waft with the dryer. It's not a very noisy one. So it doesn't have to be completely dry, but I just don't want it to be as wet as it is at the moment when I add the next colour.
Okay, excellent.
There we go.
Yeah, very good.
So that's enough of that. And again, this is another way. If you've watched me work before, I do this quite a lot, where I make all the separate pieces and then I put it all together at the end.
Okay, really nice.
So just want little bits of orange everywhere. There's a little bit more.
John, we are so sorry to hear. We are all with you. We hope for the best. Okay.
There we go. So that's the orange. And now I'm going to use the turquoise colour. And again, I'm just going to give a little waft with my drop. I can't respond to any. I can't see any of the comments, Giovanni.
Oh, don't worry. I will. So far, it's mostly good mornings, and they are sharing their. Well, it's fine. Don't worry. Now, when there is something technical, I'll let you know.
Lovely. So on with the turquoise, and turquoise and orange in particular work really, really well together. And it might not be a combination that you might not ordinarily think of, but it does work exceedingly well together. So just adding this.
Okay.
Go.
Interesting color is coming out. Okay. So you're mixing turquoise,
Yeah,
Biscotto. And
yeah.
what is the third one?
The number is KAL25.
Okay.
And it mixes really well with the orange and the cookie. And then I'm going to add some earth as well to this. And it just makes, well, I really like it. I know it looks really awful at the moment. It looks terrible, but it will. I have faith, and you've got to have faith.
I'm here to trust you. It's fine. Absolutely. Let's see where it goes.
Wow, I can always put a butterfly on it. So this is Earth, KAL106.
Okay. Earth.
And again, I'm just smidging that in a bit as well.
Yeah.
And I'm also
Claire is saying that she has faith in you and she actually loves these colors. So good.
oh, thank you, Claire. There we go. And so I want some of that on here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just dotting it.
Yep.
Obviously, if I wasn't doing a live, I'd probably take a little bit more time with it, but not that much more, to be honest. It is
Okay.
this sort of messiness is what I want.
It's very mixed media.
Yeah. So I'm just giving it a little.
Interesting. Your hairdryer doesn't sound bad. It sounds like a spaceship.
I think it's because it's old and wants to die, Giovanni. It's it's really, really old and tired, and so it's a bit like me. It's a bit quiet.
You know, once we had a course here in Stamperia for 50 people, and we didn't have hair dryers. We just found out. I don't know. Maybe they were in some boxes. And so we had to run to the first store and buy the cheapest hair dryers we could find because we had to get 50 of them. And now we have these boxes of very bad hair dryers laying around.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I have one at home. I don't have a lot of hair to dry, so I just use that one. So yeah.
So
Anyway.
I've done that. It's kind of touch dry.
Okay.
Ideally, I would want it fully dry, but
Okay.
touch dry will be fine. And then I'm going to use. Now you'll have to forgive me because I don't have all of the ranges. I wish I did, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use some wax paste, and I've got the Pentart gold one I'm using, and I'm just brushing that with my finger. You can, it's up to you whether you like to use a finger or a brush. But if you use a brush, you need to sort of dedicate it to waxes, because once you've used it in the waxes, it won't be much good for anything else.
Okay.
So there we go. And I'm going to do the same on these pieces, just rubbing over them with some of the wax.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I've done this, which I've nearly done,
okay,
I'm going to use some of the antiquing gel in umber.
Okay, excellent.
So there we go. It does seem mad to do more than you need, but it's nice to have options when you're putting it together at the end. These molds are so... I don't know how you get them so good. I really
Well,
don't.
there is a lot of work behind them. And there is a girl downstairs who is really good at making them. She really loves this part of the work to make the depths and making sure that they come out right. It's a lot of work, especially with A5s.
Yeah, I bet it is. But the detail is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just, I
And also imagine in production to be able to make the exact right depth from sketches and design. It's quite impressive, honestly. More than stencils, because the stencils you just cut, right?
yeah,
While yeah, the molds is yeah, interesting.
they are so impressive. Right, I'm going to use this. It's Umber Antiquing Gel now,
Hmm.
which I'm going to use now. Using it on top of the wax that I've done, but I
Okay.
may well go and do some more wax. But I like to put the wax on first because then it offers a little bit of a resist as well.
Hmm.
So it just ends. You end up with a more interesting end result. So I'm just using quite a wet brush with this.
Okay.
And I'm splodging quite a bit because I don't really want any brush marks. And then I'm blotting it. So that's the effect I'm going for. So a little bit more on there. Actually, let me move over here a bit more. Yeah. So I'm just splodging it off as I'm putting it on.
So Claire, Claire is asking to have a walk around the house Stamperia. Um, yeah, on the 8th, so in 2 days, we're going to have a Christmas dinner here. Not everybody knows, but we have two offices: one graphics office and one commercial office. And we're going to have the dinner at the commercial office, and we can have a nice walk around the area. So stay tuned on Wednesday night because we're going to have a live showing up everything that is going on. So yeah, great. Back to you, Rachel. Sorry.
No, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah,
That's really
we have
exciting.
all divided. There is a department that is going to take care of the appetizers. The accounting department is taking care of the pasta. The sales department is taking care of the main dish and side, and marketing is taking care of desserts and wine. So yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's really fun.
And the graphics are taking care of the decorations and music.
Of course.
Shouldn't forget about that.
Right, so there you go. I finished on the main body now.
Mhm.
Um, let me put that. Is that better that way? I don't know.
Very nice, yeah.
So I'm really happy with that, and I'm sure Stamperia do the an antiquing type gel as well, don't you?
Stamperia does an antiquing. Yes, the
Yeah,
antiquing gel.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So it would work in exactly the same way. It's just you chuck it on and you think, oh my goodness, what have I done? I've just covered my work, and then you blot it off and you're
Uh
left.
huh.
I just really like the effect that it gives, and I really like that through this now you can see the bits of orange and turquoise coming through, which
Hmm.
I think really adds to the effect. And also, I'll just point out as well, look at my terrible casting here because I use clear resin, and I can't see when I've where I've poured it and where I haven't.
Uh
So
huh.
sometimes I don't get it right. But the beauty with these type of molds is it doesn't matter. I can still use that piece. I'm not going to throw it away
Hmm.
just because it's missing a little bit. I think it adds to the charm. So don't worry if you make what you might think of as a mistake, because it
Oh, it
never
looks great. Don't worry.
it's not a mistake.
Absolutely.
And if you tried to do that on purpose, you'd never get it.
Okay.
So
You know, there are some clothing brands that put a little etiquette saying any imperfection that you will find on this piece of clothing is by on purpose and it's made to look this way. So,
oh
excellent.
yeah, it is. Nothing in nature is completely perfect.
Yeah.
So just putting it on and dabbing it. Oh, so I've missed another little bit on this one with the resin, but I really like it. I think it really just adds to it.
Hmm.
So let's
These are
cover
really the alchemy colors. You really took them. You really created them. Really, very nice.
yeah, it just comes together really nicely. It's, just having them poking through is, it's just enough. But the colours in the Alchemy collection do, just, oh, all the colours Stamperia do. I don't know, what am I saying? They're all, you know what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much.
And it just makes it so much easier for us to make things, because you create such fabulous products.
Thank you. I'm not really good at taking compliments. Let's say
Well,
thank you so much.
no, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. But, there we go. So that one's done. 2 more, and then we'll move on to something else. I hope it's not dragging on too much.
Do the numbers mean anything, or you just pick the first ones you found?
I did pick with this lot. I picked the first ones that I found.
Okay.
But with them, there is another one I've done where the numbers have had significance to me, and that's the nice thing about having these numbers, because you can, create things for people and put them on there, and it can have an awful lot of meaning.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Claire is saying that she could watch you work all day.
Oh, Claire's lovely.
And
Oh,
I didn't tell you, but we have people from Portugal coming in, and
oh,
Germany, and US, and South
fantastic.
America. Yep. Netherlands. So,
Oh, wonderful. Right. There we go. So that's all those pieces done.
yeah.
There. So excuse the mess on my desk, but it is what it is. That's all I have to say about that.
It is what it is.
So I'm going to pop those to one side, and the
Okay.
next I'm going to work on is I'm going to show you how I did my resin bits,
Mhm.
and let me get that out as well and at it. That beside me. Right, so with the resin, what I've done is I've poured my mold from here, but what I've
Okay.
done before I poured the resin in, I wound my these are just, I really like using these, I think they're bottle lights, they're called
Okay.
in the UK, but I find them just a really cheap and effective way of adding illumination to any of my products, because you can buy boxes of them for for very little money.
Okay.
So I wound my light wire in a sort of, well, a kind of spiral, and I put it into the mold, and then I poured clear resin on top, and then on top of that, then I had another silicon mold knocking around, which I then just popped on top to hold the wire in place while the resin set.
Okay.
And then I have this,
Very nice.
which
Congratulations.
lights up, which is rather fabulous. And you could do this with any mold. This one is K3PTA 4525. So I've got this one here. Now, what I want to do is I want to add some paint effects to this now to make it fit in with everything else that I'm putting together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit of primer. But I'm not going to go all over it because I don't want to lose that effect that I've got with the lights. So I'm just going to add a little bit of primer around the edges.
Okay. Wow, it looks really cool.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, what does this represent? Do you know? Did you Google what the reference is for?
It's just all about the mysteries of the universe, Giovanni.
Cool. Yeah.
I've got no.
It is the right answer to everything.
Yeah, it's all about mysteries of the universe. No, I'm sure it's well, the three circles
Yeah.
linked together, I know, are very representative. They're very representative in Celtic traditions as well.
Okay.
And there's lots of interesting stuff you can look up on that. So I know the three circles have all kinds of different meanings, and obviously triangles in themselves are very mystical, aren't they? Especially in alchemy.
Yeah.
Because it's all to do with numbers, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, there is a whole subculture about it that is so interesting. And sometimes when we create designs, we have to be careful about what it could be,
Yeah.
Well, I think once we received a very long email about all these things, and they were like, "Oh, you use some stuff about the afterlife." I'm like, wait, Eddie, it just looked cool. We don't know. We just put cool stuff on a piece of paper.
It is.
So
It's a whole, and I'm just brushing gently now because I don't want to go into the crevices, but I do want to get a little bit of primer on the top of those pieces, because if I don't get primer on there won't be any definition when the lights go on. But yeah, you do. The symbols are scary things to some people.
yeah.
And there's certainly symbols that mean lovely things of peace and happiness and joy in some cultures, and they're absolutely horrendous in others. It is a minefield.
Yeah. There is a girl in the office that really does all the research on these things, and she really greenlit some of the items and qualified some others. So I don't really put a lot of, I don't really check a lot about it, but the graphic department is really very invested in all this.
No,
So and especially,
it's part of their job, isn't it, these days?
yeah. So these circles are infinity and everlasting, and in Christianity it's a trinity. So and also you're putting a 3. So there's also always this 3 coming up.
Yeah. See, it just happens subconsciously. I do like a number 3. I don't know why, but I do like a number 3. So I'm just using some of the same paint palette that I used before. I'm just using just around the edges now. I don't want to get too into anything else.
Okay.
There we go. So that's the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to do exactly the same as I did before. And I'm trying to be very sparing with the dryer because obviously when you heat your resin sometimes it can soften up and I don't really want it getting too soft while I'm doing this.
Okay.
So there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And a little dry. And where's the turquoise? There it is. So it's exactly the same colours as before,
Okay.
which is cookie, orange and turquoise, and I do them in that order. And I really like the effect that it gives me.
Anita is saying, can't wait to see it all come together. Love it so far.
Oh,
Well, I feel like we all feel like this way.
I do feel like sometimes I wish I could do it all in one go, but I do canvases all in one go. But these sort of projects I like to do separately. A little bit of drying,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just using I'm going to use my wax first. Again, I just use my finger, but you can stick a brush in there.
What do you prefer, using fingers or brushes?
Oh, fingers every time.
Okay.
I'm just a messy person. I like the tactile element of creating. I like to feel what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I also like to have a big pile of tissues or towels beside me when I'm doing it. So I'm just going in now with the antiquing, and I'll put some of that here as well. Voila. Just pulling that away from there. So now I've sort of created a sort of similar colouring on that to the rest of it, so it will fit in the same piece. And because we've used primer around the edges, it means that the light is more prominent in the area where we didn't use the primer.
Okay.
I've got
Tommy's asking, is that a Stamperia mold? No, it's not. It's just a little trinket that she bought, right, Rachel?
the lights
Yeah.
are these. The lights are just bottle lights.
Uh-huh. But the mold is, the mold is Stamperia mold.
So the next thing I did is I took a Christmas bauble, and I'll show you on the finished piece here. You can see here this little geode that I've got on there. So the light sort of shows it off a little bit more. But I took a Christmas bauble and I cut it in half, and I've covered the outside with stone effect paste, and I've sprayed some mirror mist on the inside so I get some reflection. And I've also used some ice crystals, but I think Stamperia have a similar product, the ice crystal thing, which I've just put around the outside there. And I've had to do that prior to the live because obviously it all needs to dry. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some adhesive in here, just wherever I want things to stick, because I want some of the mirror to be there.
Yeah.
Then I'm taking some, these are galaxy flakes, so they're quite large flakes of I don't know what the flakes of glittery stuff is what they're flakes of. So I'm popping those in there, maybe a few more. Give them a little squish around. And then what I want to put in there is some of this Glamour Sparkles in bronze. This is, what's this? This is K3GGS for Sierra 16.
Excellent.
And it's lovely stuff. Mind you, I'm just a big fan of this sort of textury loveliness.
Nice. Liz is saying plans are afoot for 2022 UK tour. Is it true? Can you confirm?
What's that?
Liz is saying plans are afoot for 2022 UK tour.
Oh yes, yes, they are. They are. Well, they're sort of on hold at the moment because of coronavirus being a bit all over the shop again.
Yeah.
But yes, we are hoping to do a little tour of the UK and meet up with lots of people that we've been speaking to the last year and having lives with the last year and workshops with. So we want to meet up with them, and we're going to do retreats all over the UK basically. And I think hopefully we'll have some guests along. We've got various guests, and I think there are I don't want to say anything because I need to confirm it with a few people.
Okay, perfect.
But there are other Stamperia design team members in the UK. So who knows?
Excellent.
Who knows? So
anyway, as it's confirmed, that we'd be happy to know.
Yes. So this is the geode that I've done. I've added the Glamour Sparkles in there, and there's mirror mist. So it's all very reflective and lovely. So I suppose the next thing I need to do now is stick this all together. So I've got some other little elements that I'm going to use, and I don't have the number, but I used the rice paper and adhered it to some craft card. So I've got that, and I always pick up twigs when I live near a park, so I'm a bit of a mad old woman picking up twigs, but but I don't have any cats, so I'll stick to my twigs. But and then I also use stone paper I just die cut some leaves, which I then coloured with distress inks. But stone paper is brilliant for these fine detail things because, of course, they don't break. So it makes it very handy. So I've got that, and I'm going to put this all together now. So, and I've also I made these flowers with some tea bag paper. And I'm going to use those as well, and they've got the turquoise and the cookie in them. So the first thing I want to do is I want to stick this at a jaunty angle, and I'm using a silicone glue just for now because I want things to be able to stick and stand up. Ordinarily I would use the Stamperia extra strong glue because that's excellent. So I've got that, and I want to look at how I can set this. I want to set this so that I can pop my. Can you see that? So I'm setting this so I can pop my lights around the back there.
Okay.
And I want to make sure as well that it's at a bit of an angle, so I'm making the most of that glitter and a mirror there, so I'll get a little bit of reflection.
Excellent.
So I'm going to stick that down, and then I'll put it down flat again so you can see it.
Claire is asking, which glue did you use for the flakes and glitter in the bubble?
That's the extra strong, the Stamperia extra
Strong glue.
forte glue. I use that one because the mirror mist is it's a what do you call it? Like it's quite chemically. I can't think of it's I can't remember what base it is, but because it's quite chemically, I wanted to use something that wouldn't react with it, and I knew that the extra forte glue wouldn't. So
Okay.
that's why I use that one, and also because it's a jolly good glue. So right, so I've stuck these now. Put the lights on so you can see. So I've got it at a bit of an angle so I can really make the most of that glitter and reflection going on there. And then I need to decide what elements I want to add everywhere else. So let's move that 3 on there. And I want some, where should I put that? I really like using this sisal as it's a really nice sort of gives really soft finished things. So I'm going to pop some of that there.
Perfect. Okay.
That will go there, and I'm going to shove some of my sticks in there because it's one of those collections that works really well with natural elements.
Yeah.
It really does. So, and I've got to have 3. So let's pop that there like that.
I always like projects with lights. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They won't pop up.
I can't stop myself. I think I add lights to most of the projects I do. I should probably stop when I run out. So, and I'm just adding some of these flowers and some leaves, and also some. I've got some moss. I've got some moss here, which I just really like to add on. And also moss and things like that. I mean, they cover a multitude of sins. So if you've got a little bit excited with your adhesive or something like that, you can always cover it up with a bit of moss. There we go. That's that. Let me pop. No, I'm going to wait actually. I'm just going to add. That there. And I think nearly done.
Okay.
Up there. And that's a bit on the owl's face. Oh, 13. Lovely. Right.
Okay.
Let me just add a few more bits and bobs. And these little leaves and things, I could stick these everywhere for days.
Mhm. Oh, interesting question. Does the resin damage the wire?
No, no.
Okay.
The little lights that I use,
Hmm.
the it's all encased.
Okay.
And the little lights, I think they're encased in resin anyway, so it just kind of it all fits in quite nicely.
Very good. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So I need to put another one of these because I can't cope if it's not 3 of a thing.
Hmm.
I just that just works for me.
Uh-huh.
And think
Yeah.
I think we're about don't know how best to, yeah, I think we're about done. Voila.
Very, very nice. It looks. Can you put together the original one and the new one? They look really beautiful, both of them. Look at that. Wow. Congratulations. They look really, really nice.
Thank you
And
very much.
everybody in the comments is saying your creativity is amazing, incredible.
Oh,
Thank you for sharing. Love it. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Congratulations.
thank you.
And are you going to do a class of this project, or are you
Um,
going to do only on the princess project?
well, I'm doing the next class I'm doing is the Sleeping Beauty one. But if people wanted to do this as a class, I certainly
Mm-hmm.
could. Oh, I forgot a really important thing as well. Sorry.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And the other thing I did is I splattered some white paint over
Okay.
it just to finish it off. But I'll leave it for now. That's fine. But yeah, that was my finishing touch. Was a good splattering of white paint.
Okay.
So
Perfect. Very congratulations. They are really, really nice, and everybody is loving them
oh
in the comments.
well,
Super Stamperia star, precioso, looking great. Very
oh
nice.
that's so kind. Thank you so much. And if people want it as a class, I'd be very happy to do it as a class.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Please remind us how to find you on social media. So Rachel Harris is your Facebook account.
Yes.
How
And
to find you? Yeah.
you find me on I'm Rachel Harris Crafts is my page.
Hmm.
Um, I've got a little group called Rachel's Atelier, and I'm on Instagram as Rachel Harris Crafts as well.
Rachel Harris Craft. Okay, on Facebook and Instagram. Okay,
Yeah.
Rachel Harris Atelier, a Facebook group. There you go. Posted. So everybody, go check out Rachel. She does all these amazing projects that you cannot miss. Okay,
Oh,
so just a couple of things that are happening in Stamperia. Let's get the pizza box out to start with. So the winner of the pizza box is Sandy Sandra. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you to your friend who tagged you in the comments to make you win the pizza. That was really nice of her. Or him. I don't know. It could be both. Um, what else? We're working a lot these days on the foundation. As you know, this is one of our main activities during Christmas. And we have a lot of contacts with big organizations that work with orphans or underprivileged kids. And the marathon will serve to fund also these foundations, but also we will do it on our own anyway. And what else? Well, this is it for today, I guess. Okay. So, Rachel, thank you so much. And are you going to watch the marathon on the 10th?
Of course, I'm going to watch the marathon. Of course, it's just, I think it's wonderful. Can't wait.
Perfect. Okay, let me send the video and we'll see you soon. Okay?
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Il 10 dicembre alla maratona ci sarò anch'io.
Новогодний маратон от Stamperia 10 декабря. Я буду там. Муа.
10th of December, Stamperia Marathon, all day live. I will be there. See you very soon.
Eu participo na maratona da Stamperia. Feliz Natal.